I've watched you grow over the last few years, and you've started to really be exposed to a lot of people, new audience, through the amount of times you've showed up in the sports world. And I think like some of the most viral moments you've had over the last few years has been these moments when you stand in front of a team during training camp, on Hard Knocks. How did that start for you? And what is it about that process that you think is so exciting, right? Because you are a big sports fan as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it must be exciting on many fronts, but how did that foray into starting to get in front of athletes, starting to get in front of teams? And what, when coaches reach out to you and bring you, do you think they're trying to accomplish outside of just the wow factor?
Absolutely. So I always give flowers to Adam Schefter, the ultimate NFL insider, and truly just a great friend who's been my champion. There's a lot of other people at ESPN I got to thank too, but that was really the origin story. And again, not to do self-promotion, but in the book, I literally for a chapter just explained the origin of where it started at a bar mitzvah and a Christmas party in 2005. And fast forward 15 years later, meeting somebody once, staying in touch, and exactly what I said that you do excellent, which is that relationship where you give, 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 give. You make it about the other person. You don't make it about yourself. And when the day comes, and the day may never come, it's gratuitous, that you need something, you want something, that person is just ready to deliver because you've over-delivered for them. And that's truly, I think, a measure of all of my success has been people around me that genuinely like me, that genuinely want to help me for no transactional reason, and they've helped elevate my career. And then when they give me the chance, you better knock it out of the park, grand slam walk-off. So with Adam Schefter, I had done parties for him, for his brother-in-law, for all, Jewish geography, and he'd see me, and the time came, I'd already been on America's Got Talent, and he brought in a few other people, Seth Markman, Greg Jules, some of these very high-ups at ESPN, and it was at his daughter's bat mitzvah. Shout out to Dylan Schefter, who's an amazing young journalist herself. And I was ready, man. I was ready in that moment to deliver not just my normal act, but to put in the back of their head, plant that thought, right? Channel your inner mentalist. Ding, I'm going to do something football related for them. And when they saw it, they're blown away and they're like, this would really work well with football teams. Wow. And the best way a good salesperson never tries to sell you, you sell yourself. So I put that thought in their head. And so when they said it to me, I go, that's an excellent idea. I put that thought in your head, my friend. But when you came back to me, I want you to think you had the thought so you feel great about yourself. And then I said, let's do it. Let's take a chance. And I think we're going to give the fans something they haven't seen, which is getting to experience the players and seeing them not, a lot of these guys are very media trained, right? Some people are very authentic, like Marshawn Lynch. There's a lot of characters out there who I've met before. He's a great guy, but most of them are media trained. And when you talk and hear them speak, they're giving you a certain part of themselves. Do you know what I'm saying by this? You sometimes aren't getting the real them. I don't say this in a bad way. I'm just saying that's the fact. When they're in front of media so often, they need to give a certain part of themselves. I go into a different part of them that you don't see, which I might rewind them to being 9 years old, like they're a little kid again. And you see them go nuts, freak out, run out of rooms, high-fiving, laughing. You get to see them boisterous. And for a fan watching this, I think that's the reason you connect. Human to human, you see them on the field, they're larger than life, but now you get to see them like they were your buddy hanging out in your living room. For coaches, there's a team building, there's a morale boost. There's something that when you leave that room, they are energized, fired up, and the team unity is huge because they've shared this experience together. And that's for them the added value and why I think they keep calling me back. It's not just because the clips go viral. There's a lot of clips that go viral. It's because of the feeling I leave them with and that real, honest to goodness, like the feeling that they're a team when they walk out. And at training camp, you and I know it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but they're not always a team at that point. There's new guys that got traded in, second string quarterbacks looking at the real quarterback gunning for your job. We want you to feel like a team, like one. And that's what I do in the room.
So some of those viral clips you mentioned, Cooper Flagg, most recently that I watched, Joe Burrow and what you did with the Bengals. Tell me a story or one that always stands out to you of getting in front of a team cross sport that you will always remember, and tell me what you did.
So the very important part is people think, and it's the funniest thing in the comment, that this is staged and that it's scripted. And to me, that's like the biggest compliment you could give me, because if you had any analysis, These athletes, some of them are making hundreds of millions of dollars. So please walk me through what I can hold over them leverage wise. What am I going to give Joe Burrow $2,000? He just signed a contract for 275 million. So when you get there, you have no access. That's the most important part. They have you. Here's 32 minutes, and you're out the door. These players are on regimented schedules. It is like layers and layers of difficulty getting to them. So when I walk in the room, you never know what's going to happen. They also don't just do what I say because I say it. You have to win them over. So a great one is Hard Knocks. Aaron Rodgers just came to the Jets. That was a rough season, by the way, but we go there. And Aaron Rodgers, God bless him. I'm a huge fan, and I have since met him. I don't want to say he's shy, but he was a little bit on guard. And so they asked him to please sit in the front rows. And a lot of the time we can do that with quarterbacks. They will sit in the front row because we get better footage of that. We can see them. He didn't. He sat 9 rows back. So he's all the way in the back, in the middle. So he's not even near an aisle. So it's very hard from a production standpoint to get all of our cameras up there and to capture. Also, he didn't want to be in the show. He didn't want to be in the show. So my job during those 40 minutes being with the Jets was to slowly but surely chip away. Think of it as like chipping away at his ironclad resolve that I'm not going to get him. And the way to do that is you have to find what motivates somebody. And he's a leader. He's a born leader. You're the quarterback. So if he needs to rally his troops, then his troops need to support him. So slowly but surely, I got everyone on the team to get Aaron fired up. But come on, should we get Aaron, guys? Should we get Aaron? And when you get enough people pumped up and saying he's not going to nuts, he's going to say no. So finally, I get back there, and it's the trick I did that went really viral, where I gave Aaron a deck of cards, and Aaron is very skeptical. He goes, "I got to see the cards." I go, "Take the cards, Aaron. You know, this is your house, not my house. Shuffle them." He goes, "All right. Pick one out." He goes, "I want to pick it in my hand." I go, "All right, man, do your thing. You do you." And he goes, "What if I don't pick it? What if I just think about it?" I go, "Aaron, you're the man, baby. Do it." So everything he wanted to do to make my life harder, I just said yes. So that's why when it finally happened, he thought of a card. He held the cards in his hand. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert. But I say to the guy next to him, "Quick, name any animal. Name something." He goes, "A goldfish." And I go, "Watch this." And I reach into his hand. I take out his card. I go, "What card do you think?" And he says it. I turn it around. And then I go, "But Aaron, those cards, they're gone." He goes, "What do you mean?" I feel them. I go, "Check your hand, Aaron." And when he opened his hand, he had an aquarium, like an aquarium that looked like a deck of cards with a goldfish swimming around his hand, and just lost his mind. And that's why the clip went viral. I think it was serendipitous, but I'll never forget that moment, because if you were in that room and Schefter was in the room with me, and if at the first 5 minutes after the PR person said Aaron's not going to get involved, first 5 minutes he's cold, 5 minutes in, if you were betting an over-under parlay, am I going to get Aaron Rodgers involved and have the most viral clip of the year? You would have been like 99% chance no. And that was a game of me just reverse engineering his mind for the next 30 minutes, feeling, how can I get this guy in it? And to me, that was like, that's the real magic. It wasn't even the clip. It was the working him over slowly but surely and then landing it was just, that's the rush, man. That's you walk out of the room and you're just on cloud 9.
Please explain to me what an aquarium in your hand with a fish swimming around is.
Oh, so you got to watch the video. So it's a deck of cards. It looks just like a deck of cards, but it was a hollowed out piece of plexiglass. So it looks just like, it looked like a deck of cards, but there's no cards. There's just a fish, a real goldfish swimming around in water in his hands. I'll send you the clip right after this.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Speaking of quarterbacks, you have a show that you've been developing with Tom Brady.
Yes, sir. So that's true. Tom Brady's executive producer. My new show is called Unlocked with Oz Pearlman. And what we do is obviously the GOAT, the greatest of all time. The theme of the show is that we go to people that are great at what they do. And I do what I do better than anyone, which is get inside their head. It's all about the mental game. And this is going to be people in the world of sports, obviously, but we are diversifying, expanding the world of music, YouTube content creators, movie stars, kind of business visionaries, and then your everyday people. A lot of people within the service, like military, police, people that are really putting their lives on the line every day for all of us. And I want to honor and show them appreciation. And that's it. The show is all about getting to know them, getting to know me a little bit better, which you don't really get to do in the ESPN clips. You know what makes me tick, a little bit about my ultra marathon running, my family, my 5 kids, make me a more fully formed human. But don't forget, we blow some minds. There's obviously a big chunk of the show is just me freaking people out. Let's do something fun, okay? Let's do something fun, which is, here's the problem for the viewer. If I'm watching this and you've watched it, is that I know you. I know you. So a lot of the time when I go to these rooms, I don't know the people. And if you don't know the people, you go, oh, well, but what if you know the person? Then what if they told you something before? Or what if you guided them? So let me ask you a question. Let's just do something that it has to be spontaneous.
Yeah.
Is what can we do? Do you remember the name of your second grade teacher?
Yes. Yes.
So that felt, are you sure that it was the second, not the first or the third?
This is my second grade teacher. Yep.
Have you thought of your second grade teacher before this moment? Did I ask you in advance?
No.
Never came up. So right now, to you, right, and to most people watching this, if I guess and you're blown away, they're going to be like, oh, you do that, right? But there's a small percentage of people that I know what they'll say. They'll go, he must have looked this up, right? Rich has a Wikipedia. You're right. What if he found out where he went to elementary school? What if he dug up a yearbook, right, from God knows when, 1980 something? And there's a lot of other people that know your second grade teacher. Do you know why? They were in second grade with you. And then you have made a name for yourself, you know, a humble brag aside, you're a very successful, well-known person. So they might say, you know who I went to second grade with? Rich Kleiman. So if I guess this, I can do it. It's not as impressive. I am going to ask you a question, and I'm going to put you on the spot because some people don't know this, but I think you will, where only you would know this. No one else would know. Here's what I do. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to rewind to elementary school. And I was going to do sports, but it's too much about sports. I want you to rewind back in time and try to visualize yourself at a young age and picture the first girl you had a big crush on. Can you see her face in your mind? Do you still remember what she looked like or not so much?
No, I do.
Oh,
How
look
could
at
I
that.
not?
Look at the
How
rich
could I
girl,
not?
the one that got away. How could you not?
Well, she
The
didn't
one
get
that's
away, by the way.
Open your
She
eyes.
didn't get away.
She didn't? You got her?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, you didn't. Yes, I
Okay,
did.
open your eyes. So for me, my first crush, there was never, she doesn't even know it, even though I've referenced her on other shows. Rich, is there any conceivable way, put on your skeptic's hat, that I could have gone on a social media platform, that I could have listened to every podcast, everything you've ever done, every boardroom? Did this ever go out in the public domain, ever, in
No.
any way, shape, or form?
No. Question for you.
Have you-
I have a question for you. I have a question for you. It didn't have to be my crush in second grade. This is separate, right? My first crush.
No,
All
silly.
right.
Just your first
All
big
right.
crush. I
All
said
right.
second grade because I find that second grade teachers are the least known. Weirdly enough, everyone remembers their first grade, but a lot of people forget their second grade. So I was very impressed with you. No.
Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why I remember my
crush.
second grade teacher?
Tell me.
I had surgery in second grade. My hip slipped, and I missed 4 months of school or 3 months of school. And then when I went back to school, I was on crutches for the rest of the year. So that year really stood out to me.
There it is.
So, little side note.
You're like, how didn't you know that, Oz? I didn't do enough research. The hip slip, I didn't know.
Yes.
Think of the first crush. And here's what we're going to do. Because you asked me before about the counting the letters. And now you're wise. You're fast company. So I asked you to think of your first crush. Before today, when was the last time you had even thought of her? Before today, days, months, years, or decades?
Well, I had a reunion recently, and though I didn't go, I would say months ago, I might have thought about her for a second.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And before that, would it have been years prior to that?
Yeah, without question.
Okay. We won't show this to your wife. Totally fine. No, I'm kidding. All right. Think of the name, and I want you not under the table because I can see your hands. I want you just in your head to count how many letters are in her name, just to yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Now notice, everybody, how Rich nodded almost instantly, said okay afterwards. Now, if the name is very long, your brain doesn't do a very good job of reading and writing. The same reason you forget names a lot of the time, something I discussed in the book, is because when you walk up to someone and introduce yourself, you're thinking what you're going to say. You don't even hear their name. You forgot their name. You can't count the letters while nodding and saying, yeah, it's very tough. So you counted quickly. Rich, you made a cardinal sin. You showed me your hand. You counted too fast. The name is 100% 3, 4, or 5 letters. I could tell you that from knowing experience. 3, 4, 5, 4 letters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's it. You said it's impossible, but I'm narrowing down my choices. And now I want you to think of those 4 letters in a row. And I say to myself, there's no way you did an easy name. I made sure. I said, God, like a hard name. If it was an easy one, you wouldn't have wanted to do it. And I want you to look back and forth at those 4 letters.
Yeah.
And let your eyes go back from the start to the end. You move back and forth, and then you decide on one of those 4 letters, and only that letter matters to you. Just think of that one letter. Do you have it?
Yep.
Okay. So this is where I start to fill in the blanks like hangman. Most people, they will avoid the vowels. They will avoid them because they know there's only 5 and they're obvious. But you aren't most people. And so I think, did you actually do a vowel?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, that's so rare. That's so rare. And so you did it, but you didn't want to. And you opened your mouth. And when people go, that sounds like the letter I can't tell for sure.
Yeah.
You didn't think of an A, did you?
I did.
You did think of an A, and the A is the 3rd letter, and it starts with a J. And so I'm asking myself, what is it? It's Gene, isn't it?
Oh my God. Yes. You sick man. Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God.
We're not even in the same room, everybody. I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Bro.
Rich is nowhere near me. There is no collusion, no nothing. Rich, how many people know your ATM PIN code?
Probably like 1 or 2.
1 or 2, but now you're asking yourself, is it safe? No, 2 people. No, let's do this. A code that nobody knows. Now, how many numbers do we have circling in our lives? A lot of people have their social security, last 4 digits. I'm not going to have you do that because you can't change that. So another code that you use that nobody would know, or I don't know, fewer than that. Do you have a pad of paper in front of you?
Yeah.
Do you have something you could write on?
Yeah.
You could write off camera, like under your lap. I don't want you to do your ATM PIN code. I want another code that you use. Is it 4 digits or more?
4.
Okay. Is there, again, there's just no way anybody could know this code, can they?
No. My
Okay.
wife.
Write it down. Okay. That's good. You're trusting. All right. Write down it's not your ATM PIN code you're writing, is it?
No.
Because you're gonna have to change it later. Write down whatever code you have in mind on the piece of paper, and let me know when it's written and that there's no way a camera could be around you or that I could see anything.
All right. I wrote it.
Okay. Hold it on to your chest where we know it can't be changed, but it's in full view. So make sure I can't see it, but hold it against you so nobody thinks later you changed what you wrote. All right. Who made up the code? You or someone else? Or it was assigned and you didn't know why?
No, it wasn't assigned. It was my wife or I.
Okay. I wonder if you did it, you would know why. So some of the times people do codes, they do what I describe as easy codes. Like my kids go on my phone all the time. I just do 2. It's terrible, but they can go on my apps, forget it. But I can't, they need it. Some people do a code that has a pattern where you don't know the numbers, you know the corners. Like a lot of people do 2684. I know this just from kind of analyzing. I don't think that you did this for a reason. Like a reason means you do your daughter's birthday, and let's say it's like February 6th, 94, you do 2694. I can't tell if there's a reason. I'm only going to ask one question because you seem very loose. Is there a reason?
Yeah. There was a reason.
And it felt nostalgic. Think of the first number and second number. Think of the third number. Think of the fourth number. Okay. Every single one. And now in your mind, just decide on one of the numbers. Just decide on one of those numbers and just focus on that one number.
All right.
I feel like you have the ethos. You have the ethos of go big or go home. When you do things, you do them big, maybe. The number you thought of, is it the biggest number of all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I thought it's where you were drawn. So, and then I know that the name of your company, and obviously Kevin, 35, right? That's how you came up with this. I don't think you would have done 35. I just don't, come on, that'd be so obvious.
No,
I think, no. The number you're thinking of is lucky to you. It's a 7, isn't it? The number you thought of is a 7, isn't it, Rich?
Yes.
And then my gut tells me that you used it more than once. So my first guess was going to be 7777. I don't think so, but it's like something like that. Look down at it. Look at me. Look down at the number. Look at me. Look down at it. You put them together. 1717, isn't it? Show us. Is it 1717? It's your garage code, isn't it?
Oh my God, bro. Bro, what the hell? Yes, it's my garage code. What? Oh my God. Oh my God. You sick, sick, sick human being. Oh my God. Bro, I can't even talk.
I don't know how we top that. That's the mic drop moment right on network.
That is indeed the mic drop moment. Oz, you are something special, bro. My mind is blown. We gotta go. I can't thank you enough. This was incredible.
I can't thank you enough. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate you believing in me, opening so many doors, and thank you for having me on the show, brother. I really mean it.
Mind blown. Thank you so much, man. I will talk to you soon. Go get his book. Can't wait to see your show. Oz Pearlman.